everybody. It is a little early, but welcome to Inspirational Thursday. My name is Liz, and I'm here on behalf of Class Act. And I don't know how long tonight's video is going to be. It might be kind of short and sweet. I'm a little nervous because I wasn't actually going to do this video for Inspirational Thursday, but I started on a project and then I got carried away with it, and I think it's really cool. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So we'll give everyone a minute or two to filter in. And then at about 7:30, we will officially get started. So, yay. I'm just going to shut my door so we don't hear any footsteps or squeals. All right. So if you haven't already guessed, I will be using the Graphic 45 album in a box. So how this idea started is some really pretty paper from P13 came in. We had some loose sheets, and I was like, oh, I want to do something with these. And I thought immediately, I love making mini albums, so I wanted to do a mini album. And because I don't always have the most time to do things, I thought I'd kind of cheat. And I was like, oh, this album in a box looks so cool. I've never tried one. So that's how I got started. I mixed the two together, and here's what I came up with. So I will be sharing the measurements after the video. If you guys go to the website, classact.ca, click on Shop and Inspirational Thursday, that's where you'll find everything. Hey, Linda. Hey, Sharon. Thanks for joining, guys. Woohoo. So it is 7:30, so I'll just move this out of the way. Now, the first thing you'll notice is there is an entire 12 by 12 sheet of these beautiful little leaves and bugs and greenery from the P13. Here's essentially what the 12 by 12s looked like before I started cutting into them. So I went ahead and I cut out a bunch of little odds and ends that I thought may or may not come in handy to embellish my album. So that's what all this is. We'll probably come back to that because maybe we'll do some decorating tonight. Hey, Jane, thanks for joining. So, first things first, here is what my album in a box is starting to look like already. So essentially, for the front cover, I cut some basil in Mysterious Teal, 5.5 by 4.25. So 5.5 lengthwise, 4.25 widthwise, and then I cut the 12 by 12 P13 Naturalist sheet because I really love the look of the sketchbook and all of that. It's just very interesting to me, so I thought this would be a cool cover. And then on the back, because I had to decorate that, I used the same sheet, which had this really cool detective hat. So this guy here is going to be 5.25 by 5.25 in the Mysterious Teal, and then I just cut this down a size smaller. I haven't glued everything on. I did just stick it on roughly because I thought it would be fun. So I like to plan things out, and I got carried away. Sandra says, I was looking at these wondering what they look like. So yeah, they're absolutely stunning. I like them. They're even better in person than they are online. There's a fun fussy cutting sheet if you're into that. I don't mind it. So yes, the next thing I did to start decorating my album is I cut the sides. So I believe the front and back sides, they're all about the same. So they're 5.25 by 2. So 5.25 lengthwise, 2 inches top to bottom. And then you can cut your paper accordingly. So there are 4 sides. Then I had to decorate this strip here. So a lot of it I ended up using like miscellaneous papers. This front little strip is going to be 1.25 by 5.25. And I'm just gonna cheat and I'm just gonna use my scissors and like trim it down a little bit. I'll come back to that later, make it look pretty, but I did roughly tape everything down so I know where I want things to be. Ooh. There we go. Then we have the inside little tab here. This guy is going to be 5 1/4 again by 1 3/4, and then you can cut your decorative strip accordingly. Just gonna move this out of the way for a second. Then we have the front inside cover of the box. So here, again, I used 2 scraps because this one wasn't quite large enough. And I will be sticking them in like this to decorate. Then I also have this little pocket cover, which I'm going to cut the slit in here. But the pocket cover itself is going to be 5 inches by 2 1/4. And then I'm going to cut that. The inside spine here is going to be 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. Then I have this square panel here, which, look at that. It's so pretty. So that guy I cut to be, oh good Lord, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. Nice and square. Then I cut the 2 sides here, the left and right, if you will, to be 1 3/4 by 4 3/4. This guy here is 1 3/4 by 5. Yep. And that is essentially how I decorated the outside of the box. Oh, look, I found more embellishments that I threw in here earlier. So yes, this is what your decorated box is going to look like. Now, you'll notice it does say album in a box. So it comes in black and ivory. I went with the black because I didn't originally know what I was doing with it. I might have gone ivory. I'm not sure. I don't mind the black. I think it complements it. I'm just going to move this off to the side. But the cool thing about this album in a box is that it's actually indeed an album in a box. So it comes with this guy here, which is like a mini album that I can adhere to the spine. And then if I were to gift it or whatever, it just folds into the box, and then you have this really cool, as they say, album in a box, which is neat. Hey, Shirley. So for the front page of my album, essentially it's going to be about 5 by 5 for most of them, but the front page here, I did like just under 5 inches, I think. So 4 3/4. No, that's not true. So I did 5 inches and then just under, no, 4 3/4, sorry, by 3 1/2 for this panel. And then for the pocket, I did 5 inches and just under 1 1/2 for the pocket. Then when I open it up, you get these really cool flip out pieces as well. So for this guy here, my measurements will be 5 by 5 for this one. For the spine, it's about 1/2 inch by 5 inches. For this pocket here, it's going to be about 5 inches by 1 1/2. And then same thing for this pocket. This panel and this panel are both going to be approximately this one here is 3 inches by 4 3/4. And then This one is going to be 4 3/4 by 3.5. It's a little bit larger. And then you can stick all kinds of like journaling cards and stuff into it as well. Then, as I said, this page here is 5 by 5. This guy is 5 by 5, and I took the P13 paper and decorated that. Same thing with these. So 5 by 5, 5 by 5, a little bit of decoration on them. And these guys, I'm going to cut down as well to have this little slip showing so that I know it's going to be a pocket. Sharon, it could absolutely be decorated for a baby shower. It can be decorated for anything. One thing I learned making this is it's really cool. It's got like the magnets and stuff built into it. So it's really easy. This took me all of like a couple hours maybe, if that. Okay, less than that because I didn't glue everything down, but yeah, it was really fun. So I highly recommend this album in a box, especially if you're new to making albums or you just don't know where to start or you just want to have it in your craft stash to decorate when you see a paper line that strikes, like my case. So then this guy's 5.5, this guy's 5.5. Sandra, you definitely need this for your nephew's wedding. It is so quick and easy and it complements any paper that you use. So that's basically was my goal for tonight, was to show like how easy this is. This panel's 5.5, this panel's 5.5. This guy here is about 5 inches by 1/2 inch. Here we have 5.5. Sorry, 5 by 5, 5 by 5. I think I said 5.5 for these, but it's 5 by 5. 5 by 5, 5 by 5. This one again is going to be, oh lordy, 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, and then the pocket is going to be about 1.5 by 5. Same thing with this guy, so 1.5 inches widthwise and 5 inches lengthwise. 5 inches by, ooh, I didn't tuck this one in, so 5 inches by 3 1/4. 5 by 5 and 5 by 5. So then all you really have to do is add your adhesive to these guys, stick it in the spine so it's not jumbling around in your album in a box loose, and then you get to do the fun part, which is embellishing and decorating. So maybe we'll do a little bit of that this evening, and yeah, I'll like finesse it all and then post it afterwards. But where to start? I guess we'll start on the front. So the front, I kind of like the look of like the simple sort of box. So maybe we will leave that. And then the inside of the album. Okay, here's where we can start. So here we have the inside page here. I'm going to use some pop dots, and I'm just going to pop these little books to decorate. So all of these books came off of my fussy cutting sheet. I have some pop dots. Sandra says you need this, or she needs this for her nephew's wedding or her Cinderella party album. Yeah, either way, it's pretty fun to assemble and decorate. I got carried away, so that's why I was nervous about using this for tonight's video, but I really wanted to share with you guys like how cool this thing actually was. So you don't need to be a scrapbooking expert to design and decorate this. You just have to be good at measuring. And even then, if you leave your panels and slowly cut things smaller and smaller, eventually something's gonna stick and work. So then this page here, I think it's quite pretty as is, but maybe I'll just add a little dragonfly down here. Now you can also use bling and various charms and other embellishments that you guys may have in your craft stash. You could add bows, ribbons, all that good stuff. But I'm just keeping things fairly straightforward for this album. just because I think the collection itself is really, really pretty. I'm also gonna stick down this ruler, I think. Make that look cool. Sort of like a desk. There we go. And what else? Maybe somebody's watch. So I'm just using Dries Clear to stick it all down. And I'm keeping it fairly flat for the covers because I want my little album to actually fit in here when I'm done. Another thing is because I didn't go ahead and add pictures or a lot of cards in it, it's nice and flat. I feel like if you were to add, you know, a couple photos and stuff here and there, it's gonna kind of expand. But the cool thing is this box gives me plenty of room for my album to grow. So I'm gonna try to keep my photo sizes to probably 3x4s because I feel like they're just gonna sit nicely in the template of the 5x5s. Let's see. I'm gonna move this off to the side so I can really see what I'm working with. I feel like this ladybug is going to look cute over here. Yes. And, yeah, I don't mind that. I'm just gonna pop these leaves over on this panel. So the pop dots are also gonna make my album a little larger, but again, I have wiggle room. I'm not nervous. There we go. So yes, apologies that I did not decorate the album with you guys and cut and measure everything. I got carried away and I wasn't going to use this as a video, but I thought it was really a cool concept. So it takes a lot of the... You're going to Japan? Sharon says. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, it takes a lot of the thinking out of like designing an album, which I think is quite great because sometimes we don't have the most time to put into a project, but I love mini albums. I love giving them away. I love having them because it's usually just enough to like cover a topic or a subject. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I'm going to pop this butterfly in the corner here. And again, I will be posting the measurements for all of the sizes of things. If you go to our website, classac.ca, and click on tonight's video topic, which is P13 Naturalist. So you can find hopefully some good information there after the video. And you'll find all of the gorgeous paper that I'm working with, as well as the cool album in a boxes. And yes, Sharon, I will be happy to stick one aside for you. Like I said, they come in black and ivory as well, which is kind of nifty. I feel like this little hat is going to be cute off to the side. So yeah, unfortunately, not the longest inspirational video, but thank you, Sandra. Sandra says, I'm a fussy cutting goddess. I love it. I don't mind fussy cutting. It's one of those things where if you just kind of sit back and plug away at it, it's not so torturous. Now, if I was doing this for like a class or a prep thing, ooh, then I get nervous, but just for funsies, it's no problem. Here we go. And again, I'm just using Dries Clear. I will probably be adhering each of these pages using Dries Clear as well. It just, for example, this page here, if I use the Dries Clear, it gives me a little bit more wiggle room to shuffle things around if I really want to center things. I can move it around, but it's going to stay on there really, really nice and firm when the time comes. And that's what I want. I want my albums or my projects to last for a long time and look really good. So that's why I like the Dries Clear. So I don't mind if I tear the pages that I like loosely stuck down. I stuck everything down using the double-sided expressed tape, but I'm really going to stick it down using the Dries Clear glue because I want it to stay good for the long haul. So yeah, gives me some wiggle room in that sense. But yeah, that concludes my very brief tutorial on the Graphic 45 album in a box. I think they're awesome. I think this P13 paper line is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I'm just going to decorate everything, shoot a quick video, and share it with you guys in a little bit. Thank you very much for tuning in for Inspirational Thursday. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope to see you all again on Tuesday for another unboxing video of all the latest goodies to arrive. Thank you. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.